So, am I recording? Good. Whew.
Was it this year or last year?
Seriously?
Okay. So, I'm not sure if we're actually going to need the screen here, but I'll turn it on anyway. So, Gracia, Jacqueline. No, let me do it in a different order, just to so I'm not memorizing front to back. I'm going to do third row, first row, second row, fourth row, just to mix it up, right? Maria, Alyssa, Brian, Rainier, Vanessa, Abby, Megumi, Kaya, Rochelle, Vincent, and of course, have you guys had a chance to close the loop on email with Chelsea?
Yeah.
Okay, has she responded?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so didn't miss anybody there, right? Okay, so I said third, first. So Leanne, Malia, right? Melina, with an N. Okay, sorry. Richard, Savino, Jacqueline, Gracia. What did I say? Then second and fourth? Okay. Spencer, Javier, Miguel, Hema, Shelby, Nathan, and Joshua. It looks empty now that Megumi's moved back, but I guess that's everybody in that row, huh? Okay. And then Majid, Jing, Chase. I keep wanting to start with an S, man, because it's Sebring. And are we missing? We're missing Sabrina. And then we're also missing Paige, but she emailed me, I think. So, and then Susie, Christian, Brennan, and Samuel, and John. Right? Cool. Okay, so I have. I've done a lot of legwork and follow up for a lot of the projects. I have not had a chance to read through and make comments on a lot of stuff yet, so I'm going to do some of that on the fly during class right now, and we'll just kind of go with the flow on that, if that's okay for you guys. So first, some announcements, and then rather than going from front to back or back to front, I'll actually randomly pick group numbers so that we're not necessarily the ones in the back are not always waiting till the last. So announcement wise, I owe you guys an email with various guest speakers information. I finally pinned down who all the guest speakers will be. So we had Kelly here already. He's already gone, so no questions for him. Kathy Butler and or somebody else from the DBA is going to come in and talk with us. I met with all of them yesterday. I have beaucoup information for you guys now. They will come. I don't know the date yet, but I'll give you the information in the email. Bruce Rundlin, my mentor, angel investor, is going to talk to the group at some point. Austin Forsyth is going to talk to us at some point. Austin has Austin's been involved in a couple of different kinds of ventures, but they tend to be like physical products or activities of some kind. So I think he's actually a good contact for the scooter group. And then Kent Stenderup is a like family farmer here out in the Arvin area. He's got a large almond grove. So there's nobody specifically focused on agriculture, but he's been running that small business. He's second generation, I believe, and his kids are now involved too. So that's third generation of the family business. It's a pretty large farm. I think it'll be a great perspective in general on managing a small business and talking to the class here. So those will be our speakers. I just need to send you an email with all of their information and the little links to click on. I'll make it due on Saturday instead of Friday. That way I can at least forward everything to, if anybody's going to talk to the class next week, then at least I can get them your questions by Sunday so they have 24 hours to look over everything before class. So I'll send the email as soon as I can, later tonight, I hope. If not, if I'm too pooped after getting home, I will send it tomorrow, but I promise I will close the loop with you on that soon. So that's that. I'm making slow but steady progress on LinkedIn profiles and professional development plans, so I will get back to you all about that as soon as I can as well. The goal is still to be done with all of them by the end of the calendar month, so that you've basically got 3 weeks to make whatever edits that I asked you to make. So that's my goal, is to be done with all my markups, so that you have the better part of 3 weeks at the end of the quarter
3
to,
weeks?
huh? Yeah, 4 if you count finals week. Like, we have, isn't it? Maybe it's only 2. So
It was like 2 weeks after this.
So we've got, the end of this month, and then like our last class session is the 18th, and that's a Wednesday. So 18, 16, and then the 11th is Veterans Day, so we won't actually meet. And then the 9th, and then 11 minus 7 is the 4th, and the 2nd, right? So that's 3 weeks in November, and then next week is the last week in October, right? Okay, so we got 1 week left in October. My goal, bless you, is to be done with everything by the time the calendar changed. Like by Halloween, I hope to be done. Then you'll have 3 weeks in November, and then finals week we don't meet, but like you don't actually have to finish things until finals week. So that actually should give you 4 weeks if I finish it by the 31st, right? Is that right?
Yeah, if you give us till finals week.
Yeah. You have to like till the Wednesday of finals week, and honestly, if it's Thursday, it's not the end of the world. Well, Friday, so it's almost 4 weeks. So I'll get that to you as soon as I can.
Do we have a final, or is
huh?
the final turning in that paper?
No, there is no final in here. The final is just the net result of everything that you're working on for the project. So it's just, so for you guys, it's basically, I'll get into the details in a second, but it's basically, it's 3 different, one of them is a web development project for the DDBC, the Downtown Development Corporation. They want to do a website because they don't have one yet. They don't. Well, they have one, but they haven't like published it to them. They need help. They need help that you guys can provide. So part of it's a website project. Part of it is basically getting the word out here among students with other populations around the city. Just getting the word out about the downtown experience. There's a number of shows. First at this, like they're basically changing ownership at the Fox, or the changing management as of January 1st. So right now the new management is booking shows at the Spotlight in advance of like taking over with the larger venue in January. So they're psyched, and the rest of the Downtown Business Association basically wants to get out the word that like it's cool to spend time downtown, like whether it's the Fox or it's going to like bars and restaurants like the Padre and the Mark, or whether it's going to shops downtown. There's a lot going on, and they basically want to get the word out. So there's one website project and two projects that'll start out with LinkedIn and Facebook, and then we'll eventually like develop some like online marketing materials and perhaps some like flyer campaigns and actual like get the word out events, and like as many of those as we can get done by finals week is what the project is. And
All of them, those are easy.
so yeah, and similar for everybody else in here, getting the to-dos done is what your final project is. But then for your participation grade, there's still like making edits to your LinkedIn profile, and I am the bottleneck there because I have to like go in and make all the markups. As soon as I have, then you have the better part of 4 weeks to actually go in and make those edits. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's kind of an update on everything I owe you guys. Jing, I still owe you like contacts that'll like help think of a better name than Zooter, which I still think is super cool. Huh? Well, for now, but like I went in to my LinkedIn account, and what's interesting is like there's certain things that I canceled my premium subscription because I didn't feel like I was getting anything for it. But now there's some things that are missing that I need, one of which is how am I connected to third degree connections? And it used to be that you could see that, but now I can't see it now that I canceled my premium subscription. So I need to call them and figure out, but I went in and I looked up, and there's several people like with specialty name development for companies that I found. I just need to like ask, I need to send messages to them and ask like, the ones that I know, I can go ahead and ask directly, but the ones that are in third degree connection, I need to call LinkedIn and figure out, how do I find out again how I'm connected to this person? Do I have to pay for your subscription? Is there some screen I have to go to? Because that'll have an impact for all of you in this room, because my teaching about LinkedIn right now does not involve having to pay for a subscription. But obviously LinkedIn is in business to make money, so there's certain features that are available for free and certain features that are not. It's if you guys can't see third degree contacts, then that just means you need to like it just means you need to like limit yourself to second degree contacts before it reduces a bit the amount of value you can get out of networking on LinkedIn for free. But because you're connected to me, it doesn't really impact this class that much, because you can see that I'm connected to people, and then I can go look them up. So anyway, I need to go and check and see what's up with that. But anyway, I found some contacts for you. I just haven't like emailed them to you yet. There's a huge pile of like things I need to email that I need to get to. So that's kind of an update on various things that like are in process. Does anybody have any questions about that? Or general questions about things I owe you that I haven't gotten done yet that you're waiting for? Anyone? Bueller? Love that. Okay, so in that case, random number generator. There we go. So are you guys familiar with the random number generator on Excel? So we want a number between 1 and 11. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. H2O. So
Are we done after you?
huh?
Are we done after you go over our project?
More or less. I have a colleague that wanted to come in and talk, like present something in about 15 minutes. So I told him I would try and like hold us together for at least half an hour so he could come by and like present what he wanted to present, and then yes, okay, okay. So H2O, I'm going down to what you've sent me so far. Customer acquisition, getting hats into local stores. So Brian, what do you know about Impact Streetwear and Zoomies already?
What I know about
Like, do you have contacts there? Like, where are you at in the process of getting into those stores?
not at all.
Okay.
I think we have one contact, and not very well.
Okay. Then we can work on that. Cool. Next, when I was looking at your spreadsheet, so crap. You know, I wanted to record. I wanted to record the podcast, but it may actually be easier if I. I'll stay like this. Okay, so basically, the spreadsheet you sent me has a bunch of. It has a bunch of like names: Abby, W, Alex M, etc. Like friend, some basic demographics on them, and then you got some stuff here like Ash Drop Crew, small, like you don't know who bought it. Like, are these basic? Like, are people buying stuff on your website and then sometimes there's not a user associated with the purchase? Sometimes there is. Where's that data come
We
from?
don't have like many sales on the website. We're just been doing word of mouth, so just friends, just like and spreading it out from there.
So when you say like Ash Drop Crew, small, like who? Yeah, but like obviously somebody bought it.
Yeah, that's before we started recording who bought it.
Ah, okay.
We just kinda started.
Okay, so this is basically a list of everybody that's bought something from you since you started?
For the most part.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to understand what we got. Cool. How much do your like t-shirts and hats cost on average, man?
Well, we just kind of focus on hats right now because our t-shirts manufacturers.
Oh, specific getting your hats into. Okay, so forget about t-shirts.
Yeah.
How much do your hats cost?
25 plus tax.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've gone through like 4 or 5 manufacturers. Nobody can do it right. We want like custom tags.
Uh-huh.
Then there's legalities with that, like how we wash it and stuff. We've got the custom tag, we've done samples, and then like it comes back with like not the legalities on it, legal things, and like we can even do the custom tags, and then it's
So
been a mess.
when you say you want to get your like hats into stores, but if you have problems with the manufacturers, then
With the hats we get.
oh, okay, you mean the t-shirts, that's the problem.
Not good.
Okay, but hats, you're good to go. If one of those stores said yes, like you're not gonna like have a problem with the manufacturer that you know of, like 3 months later or something. Okay, cool. Am I missing anything that you've sent me so far?
I don't.
Okay. There's so much, like I pretty much know all the information that I need to move forward with each of the projects, but like if I do like a ready, fire, aim thing right now, it's gonna, like everybody's gonna keep going in different directions when it might be spinning your wheels a bit. So hold tight. I'm gonna say the same thing for all the groups. Basically hold tight and I will send you a specific email with like, here's the next steps, here's the goals by the end of the quarter, okay? I'll email you guys, but I've covered what you give me so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or did I miss anything you sent me?
No, I just for the getting the hats in the stores, also like all the details of that. Like I don't know who pays the taxes. Like they collect the tax and then we pay them the taxes. That's all the details.
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
Okay. That's that. Next random number generated. Oh, crap. 9. So you guys were 6, right? 7, 8. Platinum Entertainment. So you sent me an existing customer analysis, right? And that's it. Am I missing anything else? You just sent me one email?
Because I told you I had an Excel sheet, but it's the same thing. I put down a lot of the stuff.
So the one email that I have, of course, that's the wrong thing there. Hang on. Okay. So this Word document is what you sent me, right?
Yeah, it has the chart.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not missing. Like, I was so busy making phone calls and like fixing the software on here for the podcasts, like gobbled 2.5 hours of my freaking time this afternoon. So I was able to do nothing for 2.5 hours before this class except watch the IT people like remote into my screen. It's maddening. Anyway, so Cal State Athletics, ASI, campus programming, campus housing. So it looks like your rate's $60 an hour, huh? How many hours is a normal gig, man, on average?
I guess outside of the sporting events here, usually ranging around like 4 hours. It's not bad.
4 hours. So basically, you're showing up and
And
like
also 5 hours if you count the setup.
you charge them for the setup too. Cool. So we're talking $300 basically for a 5-hour gig, right? Okay. So trying campus programming. Is the wedding on here somewhere?
No, I didn't have the name.
That's fine. So, okay, I got a basic idea of stuff here. I may ask you more information about target customers, but that's good for now. So what do you want to do, man? You want more customers? Do you want to, like, fix something about your costs? Do you want to, like, you have a website already?
I did, but then I figured out it doesn't really work. The best way to do it is just to go around it and have people know about it and all that stuff. So I'd say more customers probably can't go wrong with that.
Okay. I mean, is there anything else that...
I think that's it, you know. I mean, this stuff.
Yeah, we looked into it, and it seemed like customer acquisition was the best bet.
Cool. So let me copy and paste again here.
Websites are becoming like junk mail.
What's that?
Websites are
They
becoming
kind of
like junk
are,
mail.
but like if you don't have one, like honestly, if you don't have one, I am so accustomed to like if you just tell me like your website address, I don't need to ask you the next 10 questions. I'll go to the website and then if there's anything that's not clear, I'll ask you more questions. It's
Well,
like
I had one, and I had this website. It was like $150 a month, but I just figured.
$150 a month.
Yeah.
Who's robbing you on that, man?
It was MoPro. It was the one that does like Nike and all those other things.
Uh-huh.
It was fine, and I mean the cost wasn't hurting, but it just wasn't paying off. So I just let it.
Yeah, at that price you should, man. Like I think I pay I don't know. Like I think I pay $150 a year for my like IX web hosting, and then there's like it's like $39 once a year for renewing my domain names. But that's it. Anyway, we can talk more about it. I wasn't saying like.
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah.
That's cool. So I just wanted to confirm you want more customers,
Oh yeah.
right? Okay. So I may suggest some other things that I think will help, but we'll start there. I mean, some people, every once in a while, there's a project that's more important than more customers. So I wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. And besides that email that you sent me, I'm not missing anything, right?
No.
Okay, cool. I will, again, with you guys as well, I'll email with like specific next steps and questions I have and everything as soon as possible, okay? Just in the meantime, sit tight. Okay. One. Auto Group. So, you saw the email that I sent, right?
I got a short list going this morning.
I saw you. Did you email me already?
Yes.
Okay. And Silvino did too. Huh?
It was a short list
That's
that
okay.
I came up with because I know some people that they've always done BMX, so I just was like on their profile, and then I found a few people that actually had this post of like their bikes, and then some of them had it on their trucks. So I was like, okay, I gotta get this person's name and this person's name. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I did.
Cool. No, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. But it's going to be beyond that too. Like honestly, when I had a long conversation with Chris, like he doesn't just want like off-road people. Like he can sell his trailer to people who like fishing, who like going camping.
Okay.
Like he does custom trailers that are really durable but really cheap. And he wants to. He doesn't want, like right now he gets a lot of business from off-road stuff, but he's like, you know, that's pretty much because of my stepson. Like he went to his stepson, like was in a class like this back at IU, and he's like, Dad, we gotta do Facebook, you know, like that's where your customers are. You gotta like put stuff on Facebook,
Yeah,
which I agree with. But basically, all of those people are off-road and motorcycle enthusiasts, and that's not the only market he wants. So.
Yeah, and like that event in February, the Sportsman Trail, it's all people like that go camping, fishing, hunting. So that would be a great event for him. Even just to have a booth and have his name out there. I believe that there's like 500 or so to rent out. I'm not sure. Because I know the home and garden shows here in town, they get a lot of people as well, and he can do those too. Those I think there's at least 2 shows I think a year at the fairgrounds.
Well, like, I want you to like write that information. We're gonna summarize all this for him. Basically, he's already got some trailers that are heading out here for customers in November. They're basically no in California, but he could basically whoever's delivering the trailer, he can have them like route it through Bakersfield so people can take a look at it before he delivers it to the customer. I'll summarize all this for you guys. Silvino, I noticed, I like what you put together too. I was curious, you said like all in the column for like how are you connected, it just says unknown. What did you search on to find those people? I like some of the content. Actually, one of the investors is a third-degree connection of mine. I can't find out how I'm connected because the damn like screen is different now that I disconnected my premium subscription. I may have to resubscribe, but anyway, I know one of them. How did you find them?
I just put Google, I put ATV and off-road investors on LinkedIn, and then just give you a list right there of people who might invest in ATVs and BMX design.
And then you just like clicked on the first one on the list, and
I clicked on, there was like 2 pages of them, and I clicked on all of them. And I read each one, seeing if they might be able to invest, if they're investors, or they're just interested but not wanting to invest.
cool.
There's like 20 people, I only have a small amount that might invest.
Awesome. Like I like the list. I'm going to go through it, and some of those people I actually have a connection to in some way. So I'll get back to you about that. But basically, for all of you, I sent that email to Chris so that he can start communicating with you. He told me a bunch more information, and like if we have time, I can sit and explain it to you. It may be easier if I just organize my thoughts and type it all up in a nice organized fashion and email you. So you're on the right trail. Keep doing what you're doing, and I will email you soon with like next steps. But there's a whole bunch of cool stuff that he told me yesterday.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
He wants to expand his
Basically, I mean, in the big picture, he wants more customers, but he also like basically the reason investors have been there too. Like he needs about $1.5 million to like buy out like the manufacturer, his partner that manufactures the vehicles. And if he can do that, he
he could grow a lot more aggressively. So at a certain point, like, two problems solve each other. So if he has too many customers, he can't fulfill the orders anymore, but he has all the money, so he can take the money and put it as down payment on the loan to get the investment. But if there's an investor available, everything can happen more quickly. So basically, he wants more customers. At a certain point, he can't serve them fast enough anymore, and then it becomes an investor issue. But for the meantime, until he can't supply people anymore, so he wants more customers. And then, huh? No, not yet. Like, we'll get back to it. Basically, the only thing I know is that we're talking about maybe 75 grand of down payment on $1.5 million loan, and anybody that has access to that kind of money and is interested in is active investing in, you know, ATV stuff or trails or whatever, we may want to talk to them more. But exactly what the offer is he wants to make, we've not discussed anything. But it's different if you're looking for a down payment of 75, if you're looking for basically a loan of $1.5 million, or if you're looking for like 50 million. But those are three. I mean, 50. There's not, like, we can pretty much forget anybody on LinkedIn if we're looking for 50 million. If we're looking for, like, you know, 75 grand for a down payment, that's the kind of stuff that you might have, you know. So, like, we want to, like, I'll get back to you about what he might offer. We just wanted to have a general idea of how much money he needs. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to keep moving on to the other groups, but I got lots more information to email you guys, or when I'm done with everybody else, we can, you know, okay? Okay, you're good?
Next, 3, brewery. So I finally got Steve on the phone yesterday, and basically he's a great contact because not only does he own Connecticut, but he loves craft beer, and he's part of a, like, brewers association of all the craft breweries in the entire state of California. So I'm like, I need to, I think, I have to look at the email I sent, but basically, he's going to look at that blurb that I sent, and he's going to think about other breweries he knows as well, besides his. But in the meantime, we're going to basically go forward with finding more customers to have it. Yes, he does. I can't remember who the beer is, but you have his cell phone and email now, ask him. Like, you don't need to go through me anymore, just ask him. But the basic project is that we're going to find him more customers, and he'll tell us what else he wants. You're welcome to ask. I know he does. He works with a relatively small family. Ask him. Again, I will email, like, I'm gonna, every group in here, I'm gonna email, it's like, okay, here's my thoughts about what we should accomplish by the end of the quarter, here's all the information I have. But don't feel like you need to wait for me to talk about it, okay? Go ahead, email it, call it, or whatever. I think it's a good idea. Let me, like, let it percolate in my head, okay? Cool? Okay. By the way, the auto project, Jacqueline, I just went forward with Mototech because your boyfriend's family was busy, but I'm happy to still link that in as soon as you get a chance to talk to them. That's fine. What's the name of the company though? Gonzalez Radiators? Okay, cool. And is it here in Bakersfield? Okay. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Auto. You said Gonzalez,
Gonzalez Radio.
but you're Gonzalez, right?
They're Gonzalez.
But not because you're married to your boyfriend, because you both have the same last name. Okay, cool. With a Z at the end instead of an S? Okay. Radiators, right? Okay. Ay. 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, transportation group. Rainier, I like in what I was doing so far, looking through your existing customer document. Like, I like it. This is everything I needed, and you got the number of trips and how you got to know them. How much does a trip cost? What's an average customer for you? I mean, like for the contract, how much do they pay you?
It depends on how much you get. It's a monthly basis.
Can you give me a ballpark? Like what? Like, because like obviously you've got a bigger contract with San Joaquin than you do with Health South, but and obviously they pay you more money. But like,
Because they have more beds, they have two.
are we talking about like for 30 trips a month? Like, are we talking like 1,000? Are we talking 10,000? Are we talking 100,000? I just need orders of magnitude here.
4 or 5.
4 to 5 grand for a 30 a month. Okay, cool. Let me make a note of that. So again, do you want to focus on new customer acquisition? You want to do something else, man?
For customer acquisition, because it's based on a contract,
Uh-huh.
so I just prefer how we can compete with vendors and get more houses. For some contracts, we have 5 providers.
Okay. Who's the competition?
Just tell me.
Can you just give me a couple so I can start brainstorming and then we'll talk more?
I can give you a list.
Okay. Yeah. Can you email me with the list of competitors? Okay. Cool. Again, I will get back to you with what I think are like the goals we should set by the end.
How we can get more from each contract, because there's a lot of competition.
Okay. Okay, and then the other half of the transportation project. What's the name of the company again, Vanessa? Hang on. Griffith? Griffith, Trucking Services? Are they located here in Bakersfield? Okay. Just because I want to look up the website and like, or I can do a Google search. But you said web development was a project, right? Okay. So yeah, perfect. Yeah, sorry, I'm updating everything right now. So you basically got the names of the companies. Folks, like little quiet, just so I can. I will try and find a better way to like organize groups so that we're not going one by one, but I don't have it right now. It is 5:57. I said till 5:45, right? So the groups that I've already talked with, if you want to continue meeting as a group, like, but you don't need to be here, like, you're welcome to go. I don't need you anymore. I waited for half an hour. David's not here. I will get to you guys soon, so you can go as well.
I have to be here for another class.
Okay. But yeah, if I've already talked to your group to kind of like cut down the amount of noise in the room, feel free to go if you don't have any questions for me.
It's gonna email.
Huh? I am, yeah. Basically, if you want to like get started right away, wait, and after I'm done with the rest of the groups, we'll like dive in and start talking. But I need to organize my thoughts, so I figured just hold tight for a day or two, and I'll email you guys with like marching orders. Okay. Vanessa. So you have like who the customers are, but not like
what exactly they do for them and how much money it brings and stuff like that?
Well, I did what they do for them on the second.
Uh-huh.
I did the,
Okay, product, service, and then reason for using.
I didn't do the product, or not, I didn't do like the amount that they charge or whatnot. I didn't do the last three sections because I need her physically there to tell me all that. I can't just look through files like.
That's fine. So when can you talk to her about it?
Well, I work Thursday and Friday, so tomorrow or yeah.
Okay, but we're not talking like 2 weeks from now. By the end of the week or beginning of next week, you can get a ballpark on how much the customers spend and. Okay, cool.
And then on the bottom, the hyperlink, all I have is customer link. That's what I put because they don't have necessarily like a LinkedIn or Facebook. So I just put their numbers on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Instead of like just LinkedIn and Facebook and stuff like that.
Got
I
it.
only have one email for like the supervisors and the CEOs, but the other guys are managers, so I put his email.
Okay. Now this will work for now. Again, for you, am I missing anything? Just that one email you sent me, right? Yeah? Okay. So, again, just like all the rest of the groups, you go ahead and, like, whenever you can meet with the owner, like, it's the owner, whenever you can meet with her, like, fill in the rest of the sheet and send me an updated sheet.
Okay, so
But,
right when I download it.
yeah, just go ahead and update it and send it to me. But I will also email you guys with, okay, here's what I think the deadlines and goals should be for the web project. And I'll get back to you soon about that. Okay? But in the meantime, go ahead and fill out the rest of that sheet. Okay. Web dev. I already did 9, didn't I? I already did 7 as well? Crap. 3. Okay, you're close to 3, so why don't I just do 2? I'm tired of like continuing to search. So I have a bunch of information to send you guys. I'll describe it basically right now. So there's 3 different, like, they so need help. Like, they're doing a lot of stuff, but, you know, they're basically like a team of 1, 2, 3. They're a team of 4. One of them runs the Downtown Bakersfield Development Corporation, DBDC, who have a website developed but no place to host it, which is a really easy problem to solve, but they haven't solved it yet. So they basically need help to take what they've already done for the website, edit it if necessary, and get it out there rather than sitting in a place where nobody can see. That's the first project. The Downtown Business Association, they basically, in particular, they want more Cal State students to come downtown. Like, at the end of the day, not just Cal State students, everybody who is not living in Westchester, where I do, anybody who's not already living downtown, they want to get the word out about the downtown experience. And that kind of, the two of those linked together, like, the Downtown Business Association needs more members, but they're going to get more members if more people come to downtown and there's more like economic activity and more businesses want to sign up. So I've got some brochures they gave me. I've got like their existing marketing materials, and like as far as DBA concerned, Project A is to figure out an event or where we're going to distribute flyers or kind of target like this is what we could do to bring in more Cal State students to downtown. And then linked to that is the Fox Theater Project. So basically, if people come downtown to go to the Fox, they're probably going to stay to go to the Padre or go to the Mark, and vice versa. Like, if they're already comfortable about going downtown, they may be more likely to, oh, hey, this Spotlight, I didn't realize it was there. Like, I love being downtown. Why don't I go to a show at the Spotlight and then afterwards I'll like hang out at the Mark or vice versa? The two of them feed on each other. So one project is to get that damn website up and out there so people can see it.
They have an issue too because Fox Theater has a problem with like their online ticketing. So it's like 5 times the ticket price to buy on their online ticket. So people aren't going. Because you would have to drive all the way down there.
They're changing that. Like, there's some changes that are happening as of
Our daughter
you're,
to the tender,
you're welcome.
and the tickets
You're welcome
are like
to.
$200 online, and they're $33 if you drive down to Fox. So people aren't going because that's like
What?
beyond comprehension.
Tell them that. I didn't realize
That's
that.
like one of their biggest issues.
Yeah, I imagine they realize that, and that's why they're making the changes they are. But like, make sure to like ask them. I assume since you want to stay in business, you're dealing with this. But if not, I can tell you this is a problem. So I'm gonna like I already CC'd you guys on that email. I'll email you to summarize the rest of what I know, and then again, I'll give you everybody's phone numbers. Like, Leanne, email them, call them yourself. I mean, Kathy would love. I mean, Kathy's a pretty like direct person. She would.
I remember meeting her,
like,
and I've been involved in the
Gilbert
downtown.
Gilbert is like, there's a new guy that they hired who used to be in charge of like revitalizing the downtown of Tucson, Arizona. He's like the new dude running the Fox as of the first of the year. So he's the one that needs to hear that most of all from you. But they all work really closely together. So like, just email them or call them at some point and be like, hey, I assume you're dealing with this, but if not, before we go forward with anything, you got to solve the damn online ticket problem.
Because our generation, I mean, these kids are going to buy. I mean, I made the effort to go get their pass. They're just going to go somewhere else.
No, I know. Like, I'll do a brain dump in email of everything else I know, and then you guys can start coordinating. But the goals are basically get that website out there so people can see it, and then get more and not just Cal State people, but get more people from the west side, from southwest, from like up in, what is it? It's like
East side.
Rosedale, you know, like get people from get people who aren't already going downtown to go downtown. So obviously it's really easy to focus on this campus already, but if they're not just interested in the campus, they're interested in getting people who don't go downtown enough to get more excited about downtown. So I'll send you all the information. We can start from there. That's the project, and they're very happy and like friendly, and they're thrilled that they have help. So like as soon as I do the brain dump, feel free to just start talking to them directly, and don't have me as a bottleneck. Sound good? Cool. We're done. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go to the next random number generator. Like heads is like what? So heads is one of these 3 groups. Tails is one of the other 2 groups. Crap. It was tails. It fell off. So tails is you guys. So heads is scooter group. Tails is sports. Heads. Okay, scooter group. Zooter. When we last left the project, like I think I had said, okay, I'll get you. I'll like finish an email with the contacts that I think would be on the meeting. But like the next step is to start putting together vignettes. Cool.
But now we need to have like with just investment. So that's what we should probably work on.
You email this to me already? Will you scan it? Or give that to me? Like, I don't want to take your copy. Can I just have this? Okay, cool. So I've seen what you sent me. I haven't read it in detail yet, but I know you sent me something. Like, everybody that I've told about it excited, it would be easy. Like I know.
We didn't talk about that.
What's that?
We didn't talk with that group.
Okay, cool. So I know Kelly, like the head of our SBDC, who you missed because you were late. It's okay. It's okay. But he was here on Monday. I didn't know. He told me like the beginning of the day, yeah, you're coming to class today? Great, man. But I didn't tell anybody beforehand. So he was here. And I know already that he's really psyched about the product in general.
We actually know.
And you had a webinar, right?
Yeah.
He was supposed to email me today and like call him information. So I was going to be on that call with you guys.
He said you had class.
I did, but I actually got done in time. But that only, I can only dial in if Kelly tells me the damn numbers. So there's two parts of the project. One is starting to like peel off things that he has like this. So I'll take what you've already given me and what Chase sent me. And I will say, I mean, honestly, like, I would say next thing, Matthew is already, like, is that your brother's friend, basically?
Yeah, on that picture you can see just how they
yeah,
have
Matthew,
all the RVs.
I would say,
That means they have campers
I want to
there,
get a
everything,
breakdown
and
from
then
him of more information about all of his impressions about things. and
It's
some other
usually held
things
at the
about
fairgrounds.
media he consumes
So
and
the
everything.
whole fairgrounds
And then,
is full of things
like,
like
do the same thing.
that
We'll do this.
so
We'll
that
find
they get-
somebody in Asia that
February
can give us the same
26th
information.
and
Bill for Heartwood to test drive it because we're not a model. Do you have a model? Where? What city?
There's two very big car shows
Okay,
at the
okay.
fairgrounds.
Cool. We'll find somebody in Mansion to try it. Or do you already have somebody there to try it? Cool. So then just give me, like, and then if you already have, if you already have
Sometimes
somebody
they
there.
have advertisements because they are, charity conventions type thing. Like
Yep.
they're having convention groups of people, it's like word of mouth usually, and it's usually for a charity. So they can't really spend that extra
So
advertising.
basically,
More
I
like,
just,
because, I mean,
like,
it's all out of
I want to
out of
expand
their
what we have
pocket
here
for a
already,
lot of cars.
and then we'll start like
Yep.
putting together some numbers about what could the sales
But, I
potential look like,
mean-
which we then eventually are going to put on to the
Yeah,
crowdfunding.
if you up with a good slogan or anything like, because it is custom made, is you can make budget to a fixed or
Mhm.
and still go make still income out of it. And still sell them really fast, and that's great. A lot of these people will be like, okay, a lot of these get financed on the spot. But he also has finance, so that's kind of like the low end. Because the competitors are just were a little less on the basic model enforcement. Yeah, Steve with another provider, I guess. And then there's a solo load, it doesn't have a seat, it's just like a wheel, balance. It's kind of also kind of like a
What's that thing people are asking people around here to stand it on? Those two wheels.
Those are it's invented by the
Can I, like,
and then here is who's already signed up for it.
okay,
it's
so,
kind of cool, but those are slow.
so big picture first, so I don't get too dead dive, like, so I don't get too sucked into the details before the other groups.
All around,
Uh-huh.
all around
Have you seen this? Not the same way.
For a second, like, since you need to talk to them anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like get the other three groups while you guys are coordinating, and then I'll come back to the groups, okay? Just, since I already flipped the coin for this side, I'll tell you guys next time. Yeah, I know. So basically, I talked with Brian. And like his developer can't. His developer's not making it. So it's next week that he's gotta like send us the app stuff. But I talked to the like second level farm team of the. I'm surprised that this is still here. So yeah, I talked to her. Great conversation. Like, I'm gonna give you guys her phone number, email. I'm gonna say like I just got off the phone with her like a half an hour ago. So she's psyched to do something depending on what we do. Depending on what we do, she'd actually be psyched to like recognize you guys. Yeah, because she's too being psyched. During one of the intermissions, like in addition to the fact that like Christian Duarte is an amazing soccer player at Cal State, he's also been involved in this project, and we want to thank Christian and Susie and Hernan for the project they worked on. So originally I was just planning on being part of the class here, but they're really psyched to have like working with them. And if what we do works well, they're like theoretically if what we do works well, they build a higher school. So I'll send you the details about that. And like Brian's project's still going to go on, but he's basically still in beta development, and like his developers on vacation. So like we'll get to that. I think it's a cool app, but in the meantime, the Condors want to come up back. So that's the next part. I'll email you all the details and tell you what I think. Okay, sound good? Okay, cool. Any questions? Okay, restaurant team. I unfortunately, sorry, salon. Like you, I have like you lost. Here, can I? To be fair, I'm going to flip this coin so that one or the other of these teams needs to go first. Crap, what did I? Oh, I put it on the stool? Here, I got one here. Hang on. The rest of it's there, but I got one. Okay. Is it a quarter? No, it's a dime. Salon team, you call it. It's heads. So, okay, quickly. I just emailed with Rachel. I love what you've done already. I need to look through the spreadsheets in more detail, but I like what you've done. Rachel got back to me. I'm going to email her like more information. Basically, I need a profile of her customers. I know basically because I'm one of her customers, and like I'm just like I know the ones that are there before and after me, and they're all basically 40-year-old like women who live somewhere. But I need her to get back to me. I'll put you guys in touch with her. But I also, because Rachel can be a little flaky, so I also, there's another store. Like when I met with the Downtown Business Association, I asked them, look, and I told them, my hairdresser's great, I love her, she's a little flaky sometimes, so can you give me a backup salon? And there's another one, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's I'll send you the information. I've got the contact information and everything. Like, we'll basically like do two parallel and see which one develops better. I like what you put together so far. I've now closed the loop, so we're going to wait to hear from people. And I've got two options to this one. So, again, sometimes I make a bunch of phone calls and like make a bunch of activity happen, and then like I need to organize the mess that I made. Like it's all good, but now I have to organize. Like okay, here's what I think we should do by 2 weeks from now and by 4 weeks from now, and I'll summarize it all. Do you have questions? Okay. Sorry you had to wait so long. It was the luck of the draw. At least I was like random about it.
Thank you.
Okay. I just figured out who I need to talk to for the contact at Joe's. Like in all of those phone calls that I said I would make to like set everything up, the last one that I got to was at Joe's. I just made the phone call and my phone died. So basically, one of the like Jay Thompson, who I mentioned in here, he was like one of the ones that was recruiting for. One of the job opportunities I mentioned. He's the lead with that, so I need to call Jay and figure out. As soon as I do, then I'll like do a similar thing that I did with everybody else. Like, I'll have them do a basic like description of their ideal customer. I'll email all you guys with like the contact name, email, phone number, so that you don't have to.
It's more really
coordinating with them. I think basically our goal should be like a certain number of customers, potential customers identified and contacted.
You've seen pineapple
between now and the class basically. And because Coconut Joe's is already kind of a going concern and they're interested in doing this, I think once we go through LinkedIn and Facebook and identify potential targets and then kind of we'll calculate some numbers about them and say, okay, based on this, if we did like Google AdWords advertising, we could actually reach 200 of this kind of person. And if we did like flyers that we passed out around certain neighborhoods, like we'll do it in Rosedale and we'll do it in Westchester and we'll do it in like the housing areas just south, like just around Media Media. Like that'll get us another 500 potential contacts. Coconut Joe's might actually pay for go ahead and pay for the flyers, and then part of the project will be distribute the flyers or like make sure to coordinate with the delivery agency or whatever. Like we'll identify basically here's what we're gonna and then depending on what Coconut Joe's wants to pay for, we might go ahead and like I think that'll basically be what the project is. And as soon as I'm able to talk to Jay and figure out who's the person at Coconut Joe's who is willing and able to spend time talking with us, then I'll email them, CC to you, give everybody each other's phone numbers, including Chelsea, so that you can all start. You don't have to wait for me. Does that make sense? That's the project. Questions? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, originally, just to make sure that we started talking about the project, I wanted you to look at what they've got and give me any thoughts you had, which I'm still interested in having. Basically, that's it? Just the phone number? I found the page, looked at it very briefly.
Left me with like a lot of questions about the bank.
Write that down. Like honestly, as soon as we find the right contact, same thing like I told Leanne, we should tell them that. Like, you have to phrase it in a way like, you guys run the restaurant. We're just students, and I'm sure you've thought about this already. But I kind of got this impression when I looked at the website. Like, they need to know that. Like, but I need to find out who it is that's going to be paying attention, and then we'll tell them. So, like, I don't need that report from you, but I did want you to look at the website. And I mean, obviously, if the website's crap, they're going to have a hard time attracting customers. So, when we start telling them what we suggest for outreach, we need to tell them, yeah, by the way, it's going to be 50 instead of 10 new customers if you fix the damn website page. Okay? So, yeah, please put that together, but I don't need it so much as you need to have an idea yourself of, here's some things we need to communicate to Coconut Joe's once I find the right contact. Make sense? Cool. Yeah, we talked to them last.
So you guys want to send me just your thoughts on the website? Yeah, they have a Facebook. They have Facebook, and then they have a regular. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. If you're willing to be helpful and friendly, and you need help with something, I'm happy to in your direction. But your company basically, you need to do competitive research on how do you get better position competitors. They need to do the website as soon as projects. So if they need some help, I'll ask them to help you. Basically, I'm running it.
They were talking to me at mine, so they were asking how I build the website. So I can be involved for this project and this project.
Well, just like
It's just my size thing. It's
basically here's what
for the grade. I just wanted to make sure like which direction.
No. For the grade, like it doesn't matter. Like basically, what I think I'll probably do is what I think I'll probably do is I'll just like I did with all the others. I'm gonna start with a chunk of
So, things that we can do though for smaller tiers.
really writing out like a long email to each group, like, here's what I think the deadlines and goals should be, here's what I want you to get done. And in the case of those two, I'll say, here's what I think you should do for the website. Like, I can help you with it, but if you have questions immediately, ask for me or two, and maybe he can help you.
For my grade, is it with that website or?
You can pick, but basically, my goal is that both, my
Well,
goal
just
is that both projects.
Because you know, next quarter we're gonna continue.
But, you know, like, until you are as wealthy as Bill Gates, like, I think that we're getting on work to do custom. So whatever we don't get done this quarter, I think I'm more with
Because
that.
right now, our main problem is, we already got the contracts. How can we get more calls from those contracts? Because there's like 4 or 5 providers in each contract. So
You're saying there's more on
after we make like this call, so right now we're averaging 30 instances. So we invested last year. What do we do now? Because I've been marketing, I've been talking to those target case managers who are customer. I know that it's just they're trying to get everybody in, so they can see what we can do to get business.
And you also can set.
Basically, would you prefer just to work on your project and they put it on the website, or would you?
I can do both. I can just do that for the grade and do this aside, because if I do this, and they could help me with this, with that website, I can help them, so we can do it as a group. With this one, I can split up.
Okay. Well, then let's do it that way. Like, if that's what you'd rather do, then let's make the project the website.
For the grade, and then this is.
Yeah, you just like,
Because for my.
everything that you do on this is gonna be basically, we're just getting a head start on next quarter.
Yeah, and then we're just getting it.
Does that make sense?
So for, you. We already knocked out the target
Yeah, because
person.
like some guys that
They already got
say,
my
like,
information, like, insurance company, how they
Yeah,
transfer, fee schedule,
that's
and
not really
I'm just waiting for both of them to respond.
So,
As soon as we get that.
yeah, I think after,
Other topics.
Okay, I think you guys have.
So let's say.
No, they haven't signed it
Two
yet,
nurses and Maria. They already got my information, fee schedule, and everything.
you know, one of these
This week,
weekends,
Jim Kaiser and Brooklyn.
Cool.
but like,
Do you think that we have?
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually, but now that I understood, basically, you've got, it was similar.
Well, we can start, we can set it up.
We would have a contract with HUD
probably
for
don't
like
want to release.
$30 million. You know, so like, it's $30 million that HUD has to spend on Mgmt. And they award us and Anderson Consulting and Booz Alley as joint ventures. And then every time they have a new project, they like ask us who wants to do it. But, you know, we could do all of them. We prefer to do more, right? So now that I understand that we basically have a contract,
There's more,
there's other people, and they just decide, they pick up the phone and call whoever. So,
or,
yeah, I mean,
or let's say the case manager who's, who's our, who I worked with before, she called me all the time. Then with the other company, they worked with him before, so they call him all the time. It's like whoever's on today.
yeah, no, I get it.
At least all.
Basically, there's, like, when I say new customer acquisition, what should be in there is not necessarily just new contracts, but growing revenues. So now that I understand, with your existing customers, you actually can increase the amount of money you make from that, then we'll work on that.
Increase on the load maintenance, is to hire one of my coworkers before. She's really good at talking to people.
Rather than just like,
Get her
this is
in, just go
first,
visit all the contracts that they have.
you know, like I've been running around, it's like dirty.
I want to make sure that, as far as like your project's concerned, like if you change your mind, let me know. But I'll assume, unless I hear differently from you, that the project's going to be the website. And this is a side project that we're getting a head start.
Yeah, so I'm not even.
Okay, cool.
And are you here on Monday?
I think we can.
And I'll email you
Push the right. All this money. Now I have to clean everything up. So I saw that you emailed. I'll get back to you soon.
Yeah, so I'll send you whatever I get, that many like agenda.
That's
No,
cool.
like this is
What I did.
for the
Awesome.
So from what it sounds like, I think for how forward you are, it's not what we're talking about continuing in general.
I don't feel like they're far enough along to have this starting fund.
We're still working on the prototypes.
Okay.
We're not, we're not sure which model, because we have several, we're not sure which one.
We need like a month
Show
to
on that.
become hundreds of
Mhm.
So we need to say that we've done what we.
Because I was thinking we'd release the crowdfunding sometime in November, and then whether or not
Release the
those.
information for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I just don't think it would be
Yeah.
advantageous to
Um,
put it up right away.
Can you, like, unfortunately, Kelly didn't send me the like phone number, so I wasn't on your call. Can you guys explain to me what he told you?
We mostly talked about the student level. Yeah, we talked about the student.
What did he say?
He showed us a few examples of the students like this one that were on Kickstarter
Uh-huh.
that had been successful. He talked to us about the food truck and about how they did the reward and how they kept up with talking to the investors after the thing was done.
They pretty much just gave us like little insider tips of Kickstarter if we were to do Kickstarter Square by showing us different examples and how media can, make a huge impact on Kickstarter or on what Square project and this and that. It was just little tips and insiders, but it pretty much came down to told us that pretty much our job would be marketing and finance.
So now you're here. I held him for half an hour, but then I started letting him go. But I've got, these are the last two groups that are left over. I'm meeting like with each group about their projects, but the rest of them I already met with groups.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk briefly.
I'll start very informally. I'm trying to put together some short-term study abroad class that would start just after this quarter for 1 week in Chile. It would cost about $3,000, and we would visit a lot of businesses down there, a couple of museums up over the port in Valparaiso, go to university, maybe hopefully see the golf program, the national team. In conjunction with a class that we offered in the winter called International Management, where we would meet not so often because we would have to fill about half the requirements of the class that we did there. So that's very brief overview of what I'm trying to sell for the students. And that has to happen fairly shortly thereafter next week. So are any of you interested to find out more about this?
I believe that the Nelson is so much.
No.
It does sound really country.
I remember last time you said that you can make payment with 800 and then, right?
Yeah, you can make a, there's a couple of different payments here, right? You have to wind up, pretty close to $3,000.
We also came to my other business last night to talk about it, and he said something about financial aid. Possibly
Financial aid can actually help with this. I don't know how it works, but I took students to some of the neighborhood financial aid. Yeah, so this would be similar, actually it would be easier because that particular course was run through Cal State San Bernardino, and then they had to have those transferred back over here. And so they were able to get financial aid for that course through our financial aid office here, even though it's been our sister campus. So this is how it is. Yeah, it's 3,000. It's a lot. I tell the students I did this 3 years ago, and we overlapped with Paul University. experience, I think something like maybe ponder interesting. So you sign this thing, it can't work, but sign it.
If you like, is your deadline basically Halloween or is it even sooner than that? Because I can pitch the rest of the group too. They're not here, but who like wasn't Italy last summer a similar amount of money?
Actually more.
So like
It was 10 days, and the
like I can keep these.
big difference actually is that summer school you have to pay tuition on top of that, and you guys are already paying tuition. So whether you want to make it an overload for the term or you just want this to be one of your courses, it doesn't cost you anything to teach a class, whereas in the summer.
So who went with you to Italy? Like honestly, if like when I remember being in your guys' shoes, I would react and say, wait, $3,000? I don't have $3,000. Like, but obviously you had several people that went to Italy. So what's the profile of like a good market look like for you basically?
Well, there wasn't. I mean, I had a single parent who had a 2 and a 5-year-old who went on the trip, who works 2 jobs and goes to school. She had her family watch the kids and went there. She said, I can't not do this. And I had 20 students. I had 6 India students. I had one student who went on my trip to Chile 3 years ago who said, by the way, the 20 students who came to Chile, they all said it was the #1 thing they did in the MBA program here at CSB. Every single student did. And this one said, hey, wait a second, that was so good, I'm going to do it again. So he was an MBA graduate, and he went with us to Italy. So we had, I don't know if those are the 2 extremes, but we had husband and wife, she's in the MBA program, and the husband is a working professionals in other guest areas. And we had 5 or 6 students who are like 20 years old, who were juniors. And we had a number of students. We had a couple of students who were just graduating. He was like, this is my graduation myself with my parents. And we had MBA students who were getting funded from their corporation where they work, which should tell you a couple of things that is highly valued in this community, because a lot of the really good paying jobs in this community require those who work or even really students who are so they're willing to actually fork out the money for something like that. So it should tell you a couple things that it's respected and honored by good employers, and also might be something that you look for when you're trying to decide where you work. Are they going to help fund my educational experiences, including study abroad, MBA program, study abroad, these sorts of things? Are they going to be interested in help fund those? So yeah, pretty broad assortment. I had a student who I had to talk, I think I had 2, where I had to call their parents. They said, I want to go, but my parents said, I've never been farther than LA. And my parents are very concerned with me going. I had to talk to the parents and say, Hispanic or Hispanic people, they're going to Italy. And they think that means a risk. It's very safe. It's just kind of like, not that I just said we're going to risk. It's a very safe place. And you know some of the things that it's about, right? That's what we're going to see. Thinking we were going to have an intimate chat with the Pope.
Might have before.
I don't know. Thank you, but there's yes, that is important.
I'll email the rest of the group. And I'll mention as they get on Monday. I would love to hear stories from some of the students, like I can email you about it later, or you can email me.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear stories from some of the students from last summer, like how the hell they pay for it, like did they like how much, like, 'cause it sounds like they kind of have to figure the financial aid out on their own, like. So I'd like to know, like,
They help each other.
what does the budget look like, you know, like 2,000 came from like these two financial aid sources, like 500 actually came from like parents or aunts and uncles or family members, and 500 came out of pocket for savings. Like, it'd be nice to hear how the hell did those 20 students like cobble together the money, because then I can explain to the rest of the gang how it would work. And the 3,000 doesn't sound so daunting, because obviously 20 students figured out how to do it. So it must be.
Yeah, in all honesty,
Must not be that hard.
$3,000 for our students in many cases is more than $25,000 for many of the students. You know, if you're making like 7 figures, then they're accustomed to writing those checks all the time. That's so great. It's like summer camp to some degree, you know. Send kids to.
My grandson, like, that's a steep price. Like, even for parents, like parents that, I would say parents that like make 7 figures and like write checks for 25 grand for like study abroad experiences without considering twice, should actually consider it twice. Like, and like preaching the choir with me, because I spent 10 years outside the country, but like I would want a very like extensive list of like what exactly do I get? What do my kids get with this 25 grand?
Well, note that I'm hedging a little bit as they were, because they're considering, they're kind of doing cost accounting to come with that figure, because it costs like $60,000 to attend the school, and they get 6 or 8 courses a year for doing that, and then they have to pay additional fees, which are much more than what we pay in order to go there. You're not having to pay tuition for this course.
Sure.
So they're paying, in essence, I don't know, we could work out the numbers, but the cost for them to sign up for the trip itself wasn't $25,000, but the cost, if you were to use cost accounting for them to go on that,
No, I get it.
winds up being something like $25,000, because instead of, let's say it's 10 grand for the trip, instead of paying 60 grand to go to school and paying 70, they're having to allocate, you know, 10,000 per class, then they're allocating another 10,000 for this class, and then they're spending money for it. So,
I mean,
it winds up costing them hopefully that.
I imagine, like, I gotta get back to solving the rest of the project issues here, but basically, I was in 1989 through $93. You know, I was between me and my parents, and Stanford, like, we pretty much each paid a third of my education. Like, Stanford just gave me a third discount. My parents took out a third worth of loan, I took out a third worth of loans. So, but the reason I was able to spend like a quarter in Berlin was because it's basically all covered by the loan money. So it's all just sugar to me. Like I'm heavily in debt anyway. Like I might as well enjoy Germany while I'm at it. So like I would imagine like
I think it's called income sleeping, right? Where you don't have very much money at this point in your life, and you project out more now. So you spend extra money now than what you're making in the hopes that you'll be spending not all your income then on. So you can live a little bit more even lifestyle, obviously not even, but instead of this, it's a whole idea of student loans.
and I have $180,000.
Do you?
Yes.
continuously. It's been months for that long, but it was worth it. It's nice to not have them anymore, but now I have my kids' students loans.
I will distribute the information to the rest of the class.
You have two because you see St. Bob, right?
Say that again.
You have two kids.
I have two kids, and we live near Santa Barbara. Neither one of them is in Santa Barbara. I went to Westmont, which is Santa Barbara, which is expensive. And one of my children is a private school in Pennsylvania. They went to Northern Arizona, which is so they're not as expensive as probably neither one is expensive as Santa Barbara.
There, you will be more problem with $2,000.
Yeah, so my son's living at home again. He's got a pretty decent job in the apartment. They've got plus he's he and us are helping. Sounds like a doctor. Pretty much, you are a doctor.
So okay, we got to solve like a mismatch
It's been
in projects here.
fun.
I will make sure to like alert the people that we're sitting here.
I appreciate that. I was going to talk to you about this other student too, but we can talk about that.
Yeah, that's I can get the description of how it worked out for them later. I'll email students tomorrow or Friday. Hopefully, maybe scare up one or two.
No, I'm talking about for the research study.
Oh, Derek, yeah.
Derek.
No, I'm disappointed, but he's a busy guy, so I just got to figure out what it is that's keeping him right now, and we'll talk more about it. Like on that project, even if Derek doesn't like move forward, we'll just move forward ourselves.
With or without?
I'm still like there's other things that I'm doing right now, but if he doesn't like move soon, then you and I will just set a meeting and I'll explain where things are at, and we can divide up the labor.
Sounds great.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so Kelly basically just gave you a bunch of tips for how to
Just that we needed to sort of figure out what they wanted to do, like manufacturing or what they were comfortable with.
Can you, like, did you take notes?
I did take notes, yeah.
Well, like, not necessarily right now, but I like, rather than me having to like track Kelly down and having to repeat the entire thing again, like, if you could summarize for me what he said to you, then I can like one way or another, whether we hype your guys' product or we hype somebody else's product, there's a couple hundred like companies that are
basically.
About 30 minutes on the
40 minutes.
Okay, cool. Two words. Okay, let me, like, rather than making you guys wait while I read, let me ask questions.
Okay.
So, basically,
Yeah, like stuff like manufacturer, we're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And in terms of like photographs and
when did he
like
say
writing
you need
the motion
manufacturing?
material.
Well, he just said we need to have to provide it on the Kickstarter so that people will know when the product comes out. And not necessarily have a manufacturer, but have a schedule.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, basically,
So I mean, like eventually we will want to Kickstarter, but I'm not sure that we're ready right now to say like when it's going to be out and ready because we're still trying to like figure out the manufacturing system.
Other parts that have videos, pictures, commercial.
they have videos, pictures.
We have videos.
Why can't you release the pictures? These guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, crap. Speaking of NDAs, I was supposed to get the sports team to sign them. Damn it. I'll have to like, want to sign NDAs right now?
How long is that gonna take? Because I don't have it right with me right now. I was thinking.
I have a generic NDA that I use. tutor project team, like, and then crowdfunding project team. Like, I need to like understand this and coordinate with Kelly slightly, but one way or another, we'll crowdfund something. We'll crowdfund something between now and the end of November. Because there's like several hundred other businesses that are clients of the SBDC, and I actually, Gene, personally, I think Kelly was assuming some things that aren't true, that aren't necessarily, they're not necessarily deal
Dad and I
breakers.
are still trying to work out like a prototype. We haven't catted it and everything. And instead of like, for crowdfunding, instead of like just taking a photo of like this prototype that I've been using and it's gotten dirty and stuff, like I'd rather, have, maybe some sample photos like this, but also like conceptual like design diagrams for, like what we're actually planning to mass produce. Because these ones that we have on hand aren't exactly the same as what we want to mass produce. We want to like be able to, we're changing some of the parts around, so that mass producing them like, we're still working on that, so yeah, like we don't have material that we're
Basically, from what I understand, honestly, what was that other project? Like mural downtown in Kelly City?
Yeah.
Like, if they crowdfunded a damn mural downtown $4 grand, like, you can sell anything on that site. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, that actually, like, raised $4,000 for
I know like there's like novelists that are able to
yeah, I mean, honestly,
to write a book.
Kelly may have been mistaken about like the relative place that you guys are at. I mean, yeah, and that's all that stuff is important. But basically, what you got right now is a really cool scooter and like a handful of prototypes.
We can't make it out of our garage and sell it.
No, of course
at a
not.
mass
Of course
produced
not.
price.
But like, you don't need to be at that point to be able to, get 10 grand worth of like seed capital in exchange for some like some fun rewards. I don't think that you need to be as far along as and Kelly's just misunderstanding where you're at.
Right.
Like, even if you decide, you know what, we'll wait.
Like the Zooter group to like try to work out the different levels of rewards, and they sound like the crowdfunding project is like, like we need it as soon as possible.
Well,
So
because we don't want to
pressure.
start the Kickstarter in the quarter end.
Well, basically, I mean, we'll do is unfortunately for your guys' like sense of satisfaction, like your grade, no problem. I mean, you may actually do like 80% of the work, and then if you're having fun, like I'll give you the damn grade, and then just keep going. If you're busy and you otherwise are done with the project, then however far you got it, I'll just pick it up and like hand it over to the next students in January, and they'll finish the project you started. So for your grade, it's no problem. Yeah, so for your sense of satisfaction, like, damn, that was cool. We raised like $10,000.
Y'all are showing us scooters that raised 100
Oh,
they raised 300,000.
I'm sure. They for that kind of money, they may have had a little bit more like they may have had some of these questions
They
answered.
promised like they had like pre-orders.
Yeah.
So that's not something that we feel like we can definitely
No,
deliver.
you're not there
at
yet.
this point.
You may be able to get there sooner than you think, but Kelly's just misunderstanding. He's imagining something that isn't there, but it's okay. Like, I know you, he doesn't. So, it's fine. But basically, can we make a photocopy of this? What about your notes? You sure?
Yeah.
You're sure?
I can take a picture of them.
Yeah, do that. I feel bad, like, taking.
I already took a bunch of notes.
So, long story short, I need to find you guys a product slash project to promote, and I need to, again, for your guys' project, I need to like read everything you've sent me already, think about everything we've said, and help set some realistic goals for what I think we accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, like, between now and the end of the quarter, I'd really like to figure out, like, supply chain and like, who can manufacture, what part, and, because we don't have the mass production part of it to figure out. We'd like to have capital funding, but that capital funding can basically go towards, like, getting it mass produced. It's not like we have all the blueprints that we just need to buy the materials.
You guys could also start,
to find, like,
do a Kickstarter and tell them.
you know,
Yeah, it's not like as soon as you get the funding, now they have to start building.
yeah. Okay, we could do like a different sort of funding with like a smaller amount.
But to be fair, to like position.
Yeah.
Right now, like if they wait 6 months, they could actually do like $100,000 campaign. And in the meantime, like, why don't we take any of a number of other SPDC businesses who would love some free sugar, and we'll promote them. And then whenever you're ready, it's not in this class, but whenever you're ready, like you still want advice, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm happy to help you start a campaign. I'm happy to get around to it.
Yeah, alright.
But yeah, like let's separate the two issues. Like I think there's an opportunity, but if you think like it's better to, you could do a much larger campaign. I don't know enough about Kickstarter to know whether you're going to prejudice the new campaign. Like you could like do a campaign for 10 grand, use that money to defray some of your like networking costs to actually talk with the damn manufacturers and figure out the rest of the problems, and then go back and do a second campaign and raise 200 grand. And it may be seamless to like tell that story on Kickstarter. I mean, some of them.
I don't know if people have that.
They may, I don't know, but I'll look into it.
I know Irby just did like one.
I shouldn't say I'll look into it. I'll look into it as far as I can, and then I will delegate to either you guys or you guys, because otherwise I'm gonna be a bottleneck. I don't want to be a bottleneck. But like, we'll find you something to promote, right? And like for you guys, we started to talk, and then I like, is that cool?
Yeah.
Basically, I needed this information. It's pretty clear to me. You guys need a product slash service slash company to.
If not, we'll just take the grade and we'll be happy.
I know, but there's honestly, I would just tell you, here, take this password and username, and go to this database and start reading through all the companies and pick one. But I can't because it's confidential which companies are in that database. So, like, I just need to figure out what's the easiest way to get this moving, and then we'll go forward. If you guys are okay just sitting tight for between now and say the end of the weekend, I will close the loop on all this.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. Okay. What else do we need to talk about? You seem to be relatively self-organizing team.
And Sabrina are here. Yeah, so like I was gonna just like talk about things like this. What I'd like to do is just like register for business, get a website going, and then have a business plan for capital acquisition, and then like look into these two. I mean, manufacturer, we're trying to like we're working it out with the person in China who's like excited about this thing.
don't want you guys to have to wait on me, so, I don't know, do whatever you want. I'm going to, like, I wanna take, like, I just created, like, about, like, 50 loose ends and details that I have to follow up on based on the various phone conversations and meetings that I had in the last 2 days. So before I start creating even more chaos, like, if you do anything like here, do the website, you know, do the, like, register, like, honestly, personally, I think registration's overrated. And honestly, you can, like, fill out a form for a relatively small amount of money, and then you've got an escrow. Like, it's not that important, but if you want to, like, I don't think I have the state of California form. Basically, you just have to go to the Secretary of State of the state of California. That's where the forms are to register as escrow.
And it costs what, like
Indiana is free. Depends on what you want to set up. I mean, no, I think it was 25 or 30 bucks, but it's really, you don't have to.
And his brother was an attorney, and he was telling me, oh, well, you know, like for $700.
Yeah, that's $700 for him. No, seriously, Jane, my company is like I think I was mentioning, every year when I fill out taxes, I have to fill out. Usually, I have to fill out either 3 or 4 tax returns. So I fill out my individual federal one, my individual state one, the company federal one, and the company state one. Like, the company one, I just put zeros on everything. Like, if I weren't such a hoarder, if I weren't so sentimental, I'd just, like, cancel the company, and then I don't have to worry about filing paperwork that says zeros on it, because I'm not using the company anymore. But it's my company. Like, it still exists. Maybe one of these days, after everything's going well here, maybe I'll cycle new business with it. But if I remember correctly, Jane, first of all, I know for a fact I was living in Germany at the time. Like, so I found the documents on the Secretary of State of Indiana's website. I printed them out, filled them out. Like, actually, now that I think about it, I listed my dad's address because I needed an address in the States. Like, because at the time I was in Germany, but I wanted to register a U.S. corporation because I was going to be moving from Germany to Brazil. Just easier. Like, who knows? I'm not a citizen of Germany. I'm not a citizen of Brazil. I'm a citizen of the United States. So who knows where I'm going to end up? I know that, like, there'll always be a home for the business in the States. So that's why I set it up there. But I wrote him a check for like 30, 40 bucks. It's really not that hard to set up a corporation. And I filled out the paperwork wrong too. So I actually set up a C corp, not an S corp, which means technically I get double taxed. But it's only relevant if you make money, you know? So most of the time, I was making a small amount of revenue, but I wasn't actually, like, once I deducted all of my, like, costs of living as a person, I didn't actually have any taxes to pay. So it's a moot point, whether I'm an S corp or a C corp, I don't have any taxes to pay.
Yeah.
And when it did become an issue, because I got audited for that company in 2000 for my 2007, my 2008 returns, I think. So they audited me for 2008, but it didn't even ask about whether I should do S purposes. Like, technically, we're basically talking about, like, maybe $2,000 more that I owe the IRS than what I originally had paid. So it's chump change compared to, like, big numbers. And until it's relatively easy to, like, switch things over to a new legal entity if you realize, oh crap, like.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons we haven't really set stuff up is because we were really
Well, that's something we can figure out.
Well,
But I mean, yeah, I mean, the stuff under here
Mhm.
are relatively like small categories. I mean, it takes time to make the website look all nice and everything, but I could, after they send the ND, I could like supply them with all the information that needs to go on the website.
Supply them or supply?
This group,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, do you want to use my NDA form or do you have your own?
We have an NDA form, but I'm gonna take a look at yours.
Okay.
I haven't really, it's on the website, right?
Yeah. Mine's on Blackboard.
I
It's
just haven't gone
all you have to
in
do is
and
edit the
read it.
names. Like right now, the NDA form that I use is the one that says Miami Dolphins on it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
the
you're gonna be the
NDA.
Dolphins. They're gonna be like Victoria Bryant.
Okay. Alright, yeah. The NDA I have is from like a package.
Well, you're welcome to use that too, for that matter.
So I'm gonna like do kind of like a comparison.
But yeah, basically, I mean, to me, the most interesting thing is documenting like the customer vignettes were the first step to me, because once you can describe like, okay, this is the first kind of customer in the U.S. Like this is how many of them we can find. Like we know really well this is why they would buy this, the price point they would buy at. You can start coming up with. I mean, you can like what you're going to want to put in the business plan is how big could it be, like how things going to work, stuff like that. So in order to answer that question honestly, you need to build it in the customer vignettes. So this is always the first starting point to me, but you've already done that. You gave me that. No, like the other thing that I already took back from me.
Okay.
You gave me.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna look at a bunch of these things. Like, I don't know if this will be a good practice.
Fine.
Some of the skills, I'm just not confident.
You're so good at that. Somebody's going to get seriously.
Yeah, I delegate that to you,
Sooner or
Chase.
later, it's going to happen. Like, it's an awesome machine, but sooner or later, somebody's going to learn how.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I could just see somebody right now,
Like if they don't use
you know,
the
like
brake,
going downhill
Yeah.
in San Francisco, and then like once you get to the cross street, they're just gonna launch in the air on that thing, and God knows where they land.
It's like Jim Carrey movie, you know?
Totally. So, long story short, like I don't want to hold you guys up anymore. Like I have lots of info. I need to like organize my thoughts.
Okay, but I
Give
think
you instructions. So
I
what
think I'm
do you
just
need from
gonna-
me right now?
well,
Start wherever.
not that much.
Like if you're concerned about direction of the company, go to the until I have the time to figure it out. Like go to the Secretary of State of California's website and look at what honestly, literally, there'll be like 4 or 5 bullet points. Do you want an S corp? Do you want the C corp?
Okay.
Print the document and start filling it out and see what does it say at the end for number of dollars? Honestly, it shouldn't be more than like $100 or so, especially for S corp. Like I registered a C corp for that kind of money, but technically I registered the wrong kind. C corps are for larger things that are supposed to get larger,
Yeah.
and I could imagine in a state which is paying closer attention than Indiana is to these things, that if you register a C corp, they may actually have a couple $100 rather than.
Well, yeah, the attorney guy, he was asking me, like, who's gonna be CEO, who's gonna be the top team. I just didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you will need to answer those things. You will have to say, who owns the company to start with. Like, in my case, like, I own 100% of the company.
Yeah.
My dad is an officially an empowered representative because I'm in the middle of Germany and I'm not physically around to sign things. So I need an address, so I listed his address. He's empowered as an officer of the company to sign things, so that if I need to sign some document from the state of Indiana, they don't have to send it to Germany back. He can sign the document in Indiana. But that was it, and I didn't need to say who my accountant is or anything
Yeah,
else.
I mean, cause we haven't thought about it, but like, we haven't,
basically it subverts the SEC rules.
Yeah.
So if those were actually all owners of your company, you could never do a Kickstarter. But if they have the option to like a certain number, once you've like maxed out how many owners you can have, then like everybody else isn't allowed. Like there's ways you can deal with it, but like for most small businesses, like you're not gonna run out of and there's ways to convert an S corp into a C corp if you need to. So
I think we need
I'd say go to the Secretary of State's. If you're concerned about it, go to the Secretary of State's website, print out
I'll do
each of the
that.
forms, start filling them out, and when you come to like a red flag, it says, "Oh God, that sounds dangerous to fill that out." Tell me what it is,
Okay.
because I don't think you'll get to it. Make sense? And then website-wise, fire away.
Yeah,
You don't need to wait on the end for that.
right, like, so I don't really think we have anything right now,
Mhm.
in terms of like, like anything that we need to like figure out for us, we need to talk amongst the group. I don't know why, like, Paige and Sabrina wanted to do that.
Paige emailed me. Sabrina, I don't know.
I feel
have to
bad
look.
that I wasn't here Monday, but,
Actually, I do, the two of them set up Monday. Well, hell, like, this is Jim's project, and she's not here, we're not gonna bother to show up. Delivery was good, though, you believe it?
Yeah.
Paige emailed me, she said she had some kind, I think she had a job interview, I'm not sure. But I don't think I heard from Sabrina, but Paige has a reason why she wasn't.
Yeah.
She'll be here next week.
yeah, no, she's on top of
Sabrina
things.
was late last time, but she was here. I actually saw her on
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, she came over with it.
Yeah.
I just don't know like how we're gonna split the responsibilities. I think we just can handle the website, and then I don't
We'll just
know.
delegate
Like,
things according to, we'll get together and see what people feel strongly for what they'd like to do.
right. That's why like I don't feel like we can get everything, delegation of duties until we get to the top.
So that won't be a big difference.
At this point now, we could send the email and
Yeah.
stuff. Give
I'm gonna
information
send
for
out
school.
the.
For that matter,
Probably
you
share
decide
it.
one. Just tell me whether you like
You're the
yours or
first
mine
one.
better, and I'll sign it too. I don't want you to be worried that I'm like, that I'm like the professor of this class, and then all of a sudden, like, next year, hey, I had a great idea for a scooter.
That's pretty clever.
Jing who?
That's pretty clever. I'll think about that.
Honestly, I taught her everything she knows. I'd be happy to sign something.
So then I'll think about this, it's kind of fly for the radio after that.
My secret way of like stealing intellectual property.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have thoughts about next steps, but really, it's your call.
Okay.
What's thing to do next? I mean, if you.
So, I mean, I guess what I can do is I can put together some like estimates for like New York or Boston as to like how big our market can be and those types of cities. But, like, is there anything else that you think we should?
No, literally the customer vignette. I mean, your brother's friend. Like, I want you to send me a document that
He
has all
likes
those,
it. No,
all those questions answered.
He was using this for an entire week when he came over to like stay with my mother.
So
But he
that's
like
back and forth. But,
he says that he can't afford it.
well, that's fine. Like
He would like to.
there
have
are no
it.
wrong answers right now. Like, I thought according to the paper you gave me, he said he could pay $500.
He's willing to, but he doesn't have
That's why I was thinking if you were to buy it, that's what you want to pay.
it. Yeah.
So why can't he pay for it?
He's a student going to BC. Doesn't
Okay.
have a car.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't
How
drive.
long is it?
He like
So
walks
basically-
home to Cal State to go to BC, and then he hasn't like started working yet. I don't know. Like first semester in college, he's taking it easy, and his parents are not like giving him an allowance or anything, or not much of one.
Uh-huh.
Where he's like, oh, I can be ready to buy this within
would be my next
sometime
question.
when he can drive or something, but he doesn't even.
Basically,
I don't know.
I mean, it sounds to me like either
He's not our ideal
either
customer.
your brother's friend, no offense to him, either your brother's friend is somewhat delusional, and he's like he like
You know, he's just like
he
a
can't
complete
he
computer.
can't pay for the damn scooter. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's 500 or 5,000.
Right.
He doesn't have access to that cash.
Yeah.
So like maybe we should find somebody else who does, and they can explain like what the problems are for like somebody who looks just like him, except their parents are willing to give up money.
Yeah, I think among the students I go to PC, like people are saying, oh, like I don't have that kind of money right now, but I like to buy it in the future. Or they're saying like I want to build my own, as opposed to just like buying it from us.
You try to set up a permanent job.
So I don't think like BC students should be, you know, our targets. It's like the reason they're going to BC is because they want to save money.
Well, I gotta go, but I'll be in touch. Was that what you like?
I should? No, I may. Like
Yeah, if you guys wanna like.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, eventually, you know, like, I think let's get together on a weekend or something, and then you guys can look at all the different, like, models we have in our garage, and, like, test the different ones, and then if you want to order one, or whatever, like, I'd like to get your feedback on which model we should develop. Yeah, but, yeah, probably too much to get done this week. Alright.
so customer video. I would literally rather than just saying like you know the name and the like basic demographics and
I mean,
$500,
like, basically, a
write
lot
down
of
as well.
people-
Does
a lot of
write down as
people
well.
in China
He can't
have
buy
money
it because
to
his parents
buy.
won't give him the money. Like
Right.
write that down
Okay.
in the profile,
Oh,
and then we'll start figuring out. Well,
Like, do you want
that's
us
not
to
going to be any
keep,
good.
do you want us to keep like an Excel worksheet with the customer index, or how do you want us to?
Yeah, actually, initially, when there were only like, 5, 10, like, I just, like, had,
I
each
mean,
one
if
was
we
a
had
separate
enough
page in the
customers,
PowerPoint document.
if we had enough customers, then we could do access, but like right now, we haven't really solved,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
like, I just did it in PowerPoint, so it's easy to show you guys on one page, here's the important information. You could just take like, one's needs, like advertising they consume, like monthly income, how much they're willing to pay, all that. You just make a column in Excel
Yeah.
instead of on the page. Eventually, yes, you're right, you need access, but we're not gonna need access by the time this class is done. Eventually we will, but not
Yeah.
between now and the end of November.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll like put that information on the Google Drive. Maybe we should share it. Yeah.
The
so-
more
so then
information you
can just,
share
like-
with me, the better.
Yeah,
That
so
way
you
I
could
can
go
give
in
you
and
some-
monitor, yeah.
That way I can give you like my input.
Okay.
But yeah, like regardless, I will email you guys with my thoughts on what should come next and what I expect by the end of the quarter. Like, if I tell you something you don't need to get done, just tell me. But my brain is completely overloaded with like the details of 11 projects with sub-projects and sub-conversations in here, plus like 15 guest speakers that I just like,
You got 15 that are
not here, there's 5.
Yeah, but like
But
spread.
basically, maybe if you want to, I don't know, like, let's say there's like 7 for my business strategy class and 5 here, so 12, it's not quite 15. Yes, but you only have to do 5. It's only the ones in this class.
Oh,
not
so
the
it's
other
like,
classes.
so ideally it's like tell us who's coming and we prepare questions. Okay.
I'm going to send you an email saying, where's Ronlin? Click here to read his bio. Click here to write the questions. spreadsheet together, so you put the question next to your name so that I give you credit for having done it. But no, you don't have to speak up in class. Like, I would hope that you do, because Bruce is a cool guy and his time's valuable. So like the more proactive, like more interaction there is, the better. But I found in the past that most students don't want to be on the spot. They don't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to speak up. So if I have the questions all prepared beforehand, then Bruce can answer people's questions, even if they didn't want to speak up and say it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. Cool. I will be in touch with all kinds of thoughts that I have about what should come next. I'm overloaded with too much details to follow up on right now. So as long as you're good with doing some stuff between now and the end of the weekend, I'll get back to you with more thoughts as soon as I can. Okay? Najee, what's up?
Like I said in the email.
Colin?
No, I said in the email that you sent me the number of the guy. What is this? I'm not sure what is it.
I
I told the guy and start
oh, yeah. I mean, if Jay sent you an email and said, here's the number,
yeah.
yeah, call him.
Because they want to see what's the project about. What is it about? Like he told me it's about exporting, importing stuff. I thought it's about a language problem.
As far as I can't remember. I'm not looking at the email right here. Let's go look. What a mess. What did I do with that other piece of paper that Jing gave me?
Yeah, you know what?
I thought you guys gave me another one with customer profile, you know? Sure. What the hell did I do with it? Did I? Oh, I folded it up. That's what I did. I folded it up and put it in my pocket. Here it is.
But should I make business plan for the guy or?
Can you pull up the email that I sent you?
Yeah, I'll try right now.
Otherwise, I can pull it up on mine.
Email Jay.
Woods. Yep, there you go. Actually, go to the one you just passed. Forwarded this information. Yeah, scroll down.
Oh, that's right.
No, that's the other thing. Sorry, go up.
Was it on the same page?
Different.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay, I have a client who would like to export and import products to and from Egypt.
I contacted him and he sent me the number.
Yeah, so basically, this is some dude in Bakersfield who wants to
I found this profile on LinkedIn.
He wants to export and import products from Egypt. I don't know what kind of projects he has in mind, but evidently it's someone who either A, doesn't have the time, or B, doesn't speak Arabic.
No, he speaks Arabic. His name is Arabic.
Okay,
He's
so
Egyptian, I think.
So yeah, he probably just doesn't have the time. He needs somebody that could send emails and make phone calls and stuff back and forth with people in Egypt to figure out to organize the logistics of the the import and export program. So he needs someone else who can make phone calls, send emails, help to do the communication.
Yeah, I'll call him this weekend.
You have to be able to speak Arabic. So, did you ask Jay about here? Can I scroll up? How do I go back up? No, just in this email, not there. Is it okay if I click on your computer here?
Oh, I did it through I sent him a message.
Actually, go up further.
It's this one here.
I may have actually sent it to another J email. Scroll up further. Yeah, there. That one actually should be a different.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Okay.
That's his name.
Launch to US and got back to Egypt. Feel free to call. We set up a time for the three of us to meet. It's a very nice case. So, call Jay. So basically, he wanted you to talk to the client to get to know him a little bit better, and then the three of you can meet together. So, call Jay, or email. Actually, just call Jay. Okay. Have you talked to Jay on the phone yet?
No, not yet.
Call Jay, ask him, I'm going to call the guy, but is this a project where I'm going to get paid by the hour? Like, is this just extra? Like, what do you think? What do you think the client has in mind?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if I start a project, like a big one, I'm gonna waste my time for nothing.
No, you're not going to waste your time. I mean, you could waste your time, but I'm not going to let you waste your time if you don't want to. So call Jay and ask him, like, do you think that this guy will pay me like 15, 20 bucks an hour?
Or I would call him first. I would call the guy and see what's going on with that, what he has in his mind, you know?
Yeah.
And I would tell him.
Yeah, basically, if I understand correctly, Jay is working with Yasser on some other project. I don't know what it is. And I think it's a project through our Small Business Development Center, but it could be because Jay has a investment. Jay does financial advising, so Yasser might be an investor that Jay helps him invest his money. So he's either a financial services client of Jay's, or he's a small business client of Jay's. But Jay knows him, and this guy's like, yeah, I want to do this project. I need some help because I don't have enough time to do it by myself. I'm too busy with other things. So eventually Jay will get paid if you do a good job, whether it's indirect or direct, because like the guy ends up like making more money. But Yasser makes more money. Yasser has more money to invest. Jay helps him invest it. Jay gets a commission. But eventually, Jay will benefit from this too. So you can call him and ask him, or you can just call Yasser and ask. But basically, if you're going to be working on a project, like you're already on a project in this class.
I have 4 projects.
Yeah. So, you would either need to get paid for it, or like
if it's
maybe
like a
you
small
maybe
project,
you do
I'll
it for free,
yeah.
but you have an agreement with Yasser. If it works, then I get 5% of the sales. Maybe you get an agreement for like money later if it works out, but there has to be something in for it.
I'll see.
But just ask him.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll see what's going on.
If it had been like, I've trained Jay to think of me and think of this class whenever there's a project. So he's doing what I want him to do, which is, oh, hey, I have another project students could work on. But he doesn't understand that the timing, like this class, like I needed Yasser to contact me a month ago if I was going to give you that project for this class. Now you're already on the other team, and we're working on the project, so if you're going to do the project for Yasser, it has to be something outside of this class. Either you get paid for it, or you have some kind of like stake in the future, something you get out of it. We could do it as an independent study next quarter, but
I'm done this quarter.
Yeah. So, but Jay may have been thinking that it was a project we'd do in this class, and it's kind of too late.
Yeah, I'll contact them both and see.
Like you should either get paid or get something in the back end. Make sure to explain to them the timing for the class. If we already started the other project, so it's too late to do it as part of the class, but you're interested and you're happy to do it like either for money or for some kind of like
commission or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see what's done.
That
Thank
makes
you so
sense.
much. Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Thank
Awesome,
you.
man. I will send all the emails that I talked about as soon as I can.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you. Siabas.
Huh?
Siabas? Like a German word.
Oh, servus.
Siabas.
Yeah, like usually, but it's funny. Like servus, it's Bayerish. It's Bavarian, and usually, it's actually a greeting rather than a goodbye.
No, they say it both, like both ways.
Yeah, servus.
Yeah.
So,
Or choose.
I'm used to choose.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah, servus.
Thank you.
Come on.